What's up, guys? Jake Berlin here. Get ready because Avengers Infinity War is now just a few weeks away. The monster Marvel movie is now on the horizon, and we are so excited here at Apocalypse Movies in anticipation for the big, giant blockbuster of every Marvel character ever. We have decided to put an entire list of MCU movies ranked by a certain number together. Now, the way it works is we have put together our personal lists. We have brought them together by a point system. The point system works as follows. The first movie on our list gets 18 points because there are 18 movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The 18th movie gets 1 point. Everything in between kind of counteracts itself. We add that together. Highest points are at the top, low points at the bottom. This is not us saying that one movie is horrible and one movie is better than the most. This is what we got together with all of our lists combined. We wanted to do separate videos for you, kind of breaking them down, reacting, and kind of revisiting all of these movies because we have been through a monster journey of 10 years of Marvel movies. Now we're going to try and release 6 a week leading up, and that week of Infinity War we're going to release a number of different videos for the movie. We are so excited. We hope you enjoy these videos. And again, don't hate us for ranking these videos differently, but enjoy them at the same time. So Guardians 2 is obviously one of the more anticipated Marvel movies that has come out in recent years. The fact that Marvel has been able to successfully make a movie with a talking tree and a talking raccoon is, still mind-blowing. So the sequel we were all incredibly looking forward to.
Guardians 2's excitement was just so high, I feel like, that it kind of almost negatively affected the movie. The first one was just fantastic, that it kind of, I think, dampened the end result of the movie just because we were expecting this awesome sequel to the first movie.
Get out of the way! You're gonna get hurt! Hi!
Baby Groot. I love the opening dance scene. I can understand why somebody wouldn't like it. I totally could. But I just can't help it. I saw Guardians like 3 or 4 times in theaters, and the first thing I would think was like, yes, I get to see the opening scene with Baby Groot again. And it's cool that it's a different Groot, I guess, but overall I thought it was handled well, and I'm glad we're only having Baby Groot in that one film. Too much of Baby Groot can be bad, and one movie is good enough.
Who doesn't love Baby Groot? I mean, he's hilarious, he's a smart ass, he's funny, he's just an all-around interesting character. I love that we have multiple versions of a character, but really they end up being different characters in their own person, but at the end of the day it's still this one character, and we're getting all these different versions of it, and it makes for an interesting character.
I never thought she'd be able to do it with as weak and skinny as she appears to be.
I thought this movie was a little bit too jokey for me, a little too much. I still enjoyed it, but yeah, it just seemed like a lot of the character motivations from the first movie kind of brushed aside, just jokes, quips, and a lot of the complaints about Drax. Again, he's supposed to be very angry, and his whole singular focus about I'm going after Thanos because he killed my family. And in this movie, it's just jokes.
The comedy in this movie, actually in this franchise, is typically really good. Like, that was one of the big surprises for the first movie. Obviously, you see a movie full of these wacky characters traveling the universe, kind of coming together. There's bound to be some comedy. You get Drax, who is, the over-the-head type of stuff, and it surprises you. Unfortunately for the sequel, they tried to do it again and maybe a little too much, and it just didn't work out that much.
He may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy.
Yondu, how I'm gonna miss you. I think he was always one of the strongest parts of the Guardians movies, and I feel like he was one of our first, I mean, yes, he was further down in line, but one of our first real big losses of the MCU that the audience felt and is going to miss in the future.
Star-Lord realizing who his real father was and that Yondu was his real family all along, that really gets to me, and I thought that was just handled so well.
And I love the turn that Yondu makes. I like to see characters make heroic turns, to go from kind of ambiguous to you don't know what side they're on, to or maybe he's got Yondu's a guy who's got his own agenda, but you can see that he did care about Peter Quill, and I love the way they play that out in the movie. And he's Mary Poppins, you know, and that was great. I love that. I love Yondu in this movie, and I love his ending.
You shouldn't kill my mom and squish my Walkman.
I think the end battle there were some highlights, but overall it was just too much going on. I don't like action where there's all these little tiny things going on and you have to pay attention all over the screen. I like to focus on one thing and have it easy to follow.
It's a cool way to do it. Like, there's some really cool sequences there. Obviously, we get that shot from the trailer where we see the entire Guardians lineup on screen together. But there's moments in this where I kind of just got, I'm shaking my head, or like, I don't really like that. The fact that the Pac-Man thing, or, I understand what James Gunn was doing with it, and it's cool because it's Guardians of the Galaxy, but in the moment when everything is really serious, like you see Star-Lord and Ego going at it, it's father and son facing one another, and then it kind of becomes a joke with Pac-Man and they're trying to kill each other, and it just didn't work out as well. Like, there's moments that are really great, and there's also moments that are kind of really dumb.
I think 14th on our list for Guardians 2 is perfect because that's exactly where I had it on my rankings list. I might have a few movies that we have that are lower than it, higher than it, and vice versa, but I do think it's a good spot. It's definitely not top 10 MCU films, but it doesn't belong anywhere near the bottom.
Do I think Guardians 2 should be ranked higher? I mean, I feel like there's so many fantastic movies that it's hard to say. I honestly think where it's at, it fits. It maybe could go up a couple, but as far as where it's at, I think it fits for the most part.